Chapter 1: The Arrival. The heavy steel doors clanged shut behind me, a harsh reminder that freedom was now a distant memory. A chill crawled up my spine as I stepped into the bleak corridor, the scent of stale air and despair clinging to the walls like shadows of the past. Anxiety twisted in my gut as I followed the guard's cold gaze, my eyes darting over the crumbling bricks and flickering fluorescent lights. Inmates shuffled by, their faces a tapestry of hardened expressions and wary glances, each one carrying the weight of their own story. Then I met Javier, my cellmate, a grizzled man with a rough exterior and a wisdom that shone through his weary eyes. "You'll find your way here," he assured me, his voice gravely yet comforting. In that moment, amid the sounds of clanking metal and distant echoes, I realized I wasn't alone in this desolate place. A flicker of hope sparked in the darkness. Chapter 2: First Lessons in Survival. In the dim, echoing hallways of the prison, Marcus quickly learns that survival is about more than just physical safety. It's about understanding the unspoken rules that govern this new world. He watches as a hierarchy unfolds, navigated skillfully by inmates who, despite their circumstances, exhibit a raw, ironic sense of power. Newcomers are scrutinized, trust is slow to build. Javier, his seasoned cellmate, becomes a reluctant mentor, guiding Marcus through intimidation tactics, essential alliances, and even the art of self-defense. Their late-night conversations reveal the necessity of appearing strong, which often masks deep-seated fears. Each interaction carries an undercurrent of tension and potential conflict, as rivalries simmer just below the surface. Marcus's heart races as he encounters the politics of prison life, learning quickly that vulnerability can be a dangerous currency. In this gritty environment, he begins to forge his identity, blending caution with an emerging resilience. Chapter 3: The Bonds of Brotherhood. As the days turned into weeks, the isolation of prison slowly transformed into a patchwork of unlikely friendships that blossomed among the inmates. Marcus, once a solitary figure, found camaraderie with Lena, Anton, and Benny. Lena, with her sharp wit and artistic flair, often lightened the mood, sharing sketches that captured the essence of their lives. Anton, the imposing ex-mercenary, possessed a surprising tenderness, offering wisdom about survival and resilience. Benny, a gentle giant, would often gather them around, spinning tales that evoked laughter and nostalgia, momentarily bridging the gap between their tumultuous pasts and uncertain futures. Each recount of personal dreams, fears, and regrets revealed the rich tapestry of their lives, deepening their bonds. Together they forged a brotherhood resilient enough to overcome despair. Their shared moments of laughter echoed in the barren hallways, transforming the oppressive atmosphere into a sanctuary of connection and hope. Chapter 4: Finding Solace in Creativity. As the days blurred into weeks, Marcus discovered an unexpected refuge within the corridors of the prison. A sanctuary of creativity. In a small, dimly lit room, a group of inmates gathered for art sessions, each emerging with paint-smeared hands and hopeful hearts. Lena introduced him to the power of expression through colors and shapes. Her vibrant paintings spoke volumes of dreams that transcended the prison walls. Inspired, Marcus picked up a pencil, initially hesitant but soon lost in the flow of words. Poetry began to spill from his heart, capturing fragments of his soul, each line a step toward healing. The sound of laughter and brushes meeting canvas filled the air, creating a symphony of resilience. In this creative haven, bonds deepened as stories intertwined, laughter mingled with tears, and together they transformed despair into art, igniting a flicker of hope that illuminated their shared darkness. Chapter 5: Reflections and Regrets. In the quiet moments of the prison, as shadows danced against the crumbling walls, I found solace in my diary. The pages became a refuge where I could confront the weight of my past. Each entry was a mirror reflecting choices that led me here, moments of pride overshadowed by regret. My family often occupied my thoughts. I could hear my mother's voice, soft yet filled with disappointment, urging me to make better decisions. I scribbled poems in secret, each line a cathartic release of bottled emotions, guilt, longing, and the remnants of hopes dashed. Sharing my words with the group felt like stepping into the light. My vulnerabilities became ties that bound us together. We often gathered in hushed circles, exchanging fragments of our lives, realizing that our regrets were a collective echo, reverberating through the walls of our confinement. In those shared stories, we laid the foundation for healing, a bond forged in the fires of past pain. Chapter 6: The Darkness Within. As the days blend into one another within the prison walls, Marcus confronts the hidden struggles that lie beneath the surface. Inside the cramped confines of their cells, the conversations deepen, revealing the mental health challenges faced by many inmates. Marcus listens intently as Lena shares her battles with anxiety, while Anton talks candidly about his bouts of depression, admitting that the darkness often consumes him. This vulnerability breaks down barriers, fostering a deeper sense of trust among the group. Feeling inspired, Marcus opens up about his own feelings of hopelessness and fear. He expresses how the weight of his past decisions lingers heavily on his heart, threatening to dim the flicker of hope he clings to. The group agrees to create a safe space where they can honestly discuss their thoughts and emotions, providing solace through shared understanding. Together, they begin to forge not only their strength, but also a sense of belonging in an unforgiving environment. Chapter 7: The Turning Point. The tension in the prison reached a breaking point one fateful evening, igniting a riot that reverberated through the crumbling walls. An argument flared in the common area, quickly escalating into chaos as inmates clashed. Fear gripped Marcus's heart, yet within the turmoil emerged an unexpected resolve. In the midst of shouting and clanging metal, he saw Javier and other friends rallying together, each of them equipped with a courage they never knew they possessed. Amid the chaos, Marcus made a split-second decision to protect Benny, who stood frozen with fear. In that moment, he felt the bonds of brotherhood solidify. They were not just isolated souls, but a collective. Together, they intervened, urging calm, finding safety in unity. The riot, a harrowing turning point, unveiled their strength. As the dust settled, Marcus realized that within the darkness, their shared courage could light the path toward a brighter future. Chapter 8: Unity in Adversity. In the wake of the riot, an unexpected sense of unity blossoms among the inmates. The chaos had rattled everyone, but it also stripped away the facades they once wore. Bonds forged in fear transformed into a profound camaraderie as they each reflected on their shared experiences. Marcus recounts the aftermath. The walls of the prison seemed less confining now, as mutual respect replaced prior animosities. Over hushed conversations and late-night discussions, they began to unravel the real stories behind their hardened exteriors. Each person's vulnerability brought them closer, allowing Marcus to see the depths of his companion's struggles. They acknowledged their fears, collectively deciding to rise from the ashes of the riot, resolute in their commitment to support one another. It was in this moment of collective vulnerability that Marcus felt the essence of brotherhood solidify, a promise that they would stand together, not just as inmates, but as friends united in pursuit of redemption. Chapter 9: Dreams in the Darkness. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the prison yard, the atmosphere shifted, buzzing with anticipation. The rehabilitation program, focusing on art and self-expression, had become a beacon of hope for many inmates, including Marcus. He discovered writing as his lifeline, a way to sift through the chaos of his emotions and experiences. Each word spilled onto the pages of his diary reflected the transformation taking place within him. In preparation for the upcoming showcase, Marcus and his friends gathered in the dimly lit activity room, eager to share their stories through poetry, music, and visual art. The air was thick with creativity, as Lena painted vivid murals and Anton strummed his guitar, imbuing each note with shared aspirations. In this moment, the prison's walls felt less confining. They had become a canvas for their dreams, a testament to their resilience and the bonds they had forged. The air crackled with anticipation as the day of the showcase arrived. Inmates gathered in the dimly lit activity room, an unlikely sanctuary bursting with creativity. Colored paper, paintbrushes, and musical instruments filled the space, transforming the stark walls of the prison into a vibrant canvas. Marcus stood off to the side, his heart racing, surrounded by his friends, Lena, Anton, and Benny, each one prepared to share pieces of their souls through poetry, songs, and art. As the first inmate stepped forward, silence enveloped the room. The raw emotion pouring from the stage resonated with everyone in attendance, touching deep wounds while igniting flickers of hope. When it was Marcus's turn, he found strength in the support of his friends, sharing his poems like whispers of his past, each word a testament to resilience. Laughter, tears, and heartfelt applause filled the space, binding them in a shared moment of humanity and connection, celebrating their triumphs over despair. Chapter 11. Planning for Release. As the days within the prison's walls dwindle, a mix of anticipation and anxiety hangs in the air. The inmates gather in their usual spot, sharing laughter tempered by the weight of impending farewells. For Marcus, the thought of freedom feels bittersweet. He is excited yet terrified of the world waiting outside. Conversations bloom about dreams and aspirations, the aspirations they once thought extinguished by the confines of their circumstances. Lena reveals her plans to pursue art, showcasing her talent in galleries, while Anton dreams of using his skills to help troubled youth find their path. Benny expresses his hopes of opening a bookstore, a sanctuary for those who love stories. As their thoughts tumble out, the camaraderie deepens, and Marcus feels a surge of collective hope. They vow to support one another, promising to stay connected despite the challenges they may face beyond the prison walls. Together, they imagine a future defined not by their pasts, but by their potential. Chapter 12. Lessons from the Past. As the days blend into one another, Marcus sits quietly in the day room, reflecting on the profound lessons that imprisonment has etched into his soul. The whispers of his fellow inmates echo in his mind, each story a reminder of accountability and the choices that led them here. He considers the importance of personal responsibility, recognizing that growth requires confronting one's past without excuses. Conversations resonate with a sense of purpose. They discuss the fragile nature of freedom and the crucial support systems they must cultivate upon release. Humbled yet empowered, Marcus realizes that every shared moment, every piece of art created, and every heartfelt conversation has forged unbreakable bonds. He commits to maintaining these relationships, knowing they are lifelines in the turbulent world outside. With renewed determination, he embraces the challenges ahead, ready to transform his past regrets into a future filled with hope and resilience. Hope on the horizon. As the days dwindle before their release, a bittersweet energy fills the prison halls. Marcus and his friends gather one last time in the shared space where laughter and tears have intertwined, vowing to support each other as they step back into the world. The air is thick with anticipation and apprehension as dreams intertwine with the weight of the past. Marcus reflects on the lessons learned about resilience, friendship, and the importance of community. He knows the journey ahead is fraught with challenges, yet he feels an unwavering determination to transform his life. In the waning light, the inmates share promises of staying connected, using their experiences to uplift one another. As they say their goodbyes, Marcus clutches his diary, a symbol of his growth, and he whispers a silent pledge to honor their bond. Hope blooms within him, an unbreakable thread connecting them, even as they embark on separate paths into the uncertain future.